Oh my gosh, how's it going, y'all? Oh, sorry for looking like this. Just take a shower. I'm still not feeling great from COVID. Anyways, if you don't know, in April we had a convention called Caravan Convoy. It is my board game expo that I run through Gaming Caravan. If you don't know me, I'm Caravan Dan. I run Gaming Caravan, a Florida board game events and community based in Central Florida. I am exhausted right now. I have COVID, so please forgive me. We had over like 60 sponsors of publishers. We had hundreds of games given to us. It was fantastic, and we're gonna go over the most played games. And I know based on how many players submitted forums that they played these games to enter the Play to Win library. I don't have forums for games that were not in the Play to Win library or games that people brought, but these are the most played games that we tracked of Caravan Convoy 2025, so buckle your seats. We had a total of 247 people submit their plays. So we have a huge pool to work with. Starting in the bottom, we have four games tied at the bottom. We have Empire's End from Brotherwise, Picture Perfect, Mezen, and Dice Manor from Arcane Wonders. Arcane Wonders sent I think it was like 20-something games, all with at least 2 copies of them. Arcane Wonders was by far the most generous, or actually, they're the second most generous by far publisher of all time that we've had as a sponsor. So a lot of their games are on this list, believe it or not. Next up, we have a 3-way tie of Dreams of Yesterday, Sacred Valley, and Dubious. Sacred Valley is all played, Sacred Valley is Arcane Wonders. Dubious is a social deduction Arcane Wonders game. Dreams of Yesterday, I believe, was Weird Draft Games, actually. Out of those games, Dreams of Yesterday was the one I'm most interested in. Very interesting box. Weird Draft Games has some interesting bangers that you might not have known, such as Roll and Write. Roll and Write's a very basic but pretty fun push your luck roll and write game with an animal theme on it. So, check out those games. Next up, we have another 3-way tie, Clans and Glory, Inheritors, and Floresta. Floresta, another Arcane Wonders game. Inheritors, I forget the name of this publisher every now and then. Inheritors is a North Star game. North Star has some interesting games. I've met them through Gamma. And I think my favorite game by North Star is Biomos, which we'll talk about later. But anyways, Inheritors is a North Star game. Clans and Glory is an Outset game. Now, Clans and Glory was a really fun, very simple game. Kind of area control, first one in, last one out situation, or first one in, first one out situation. Getting points based on locations you're in, limited by the cards you have in your hands and what's on the board. It's interesting. Of those games, I think Clans of Glory is my favorite. I have not played Floresta, though, just a heads up. Next up, another 3-way tie. We have Shadow Ninjas, Rainbow, and Toil and Troubles at 5 players. Shadow Ninjas is a 1v mini game that plays up to 5 players. Rainbow is a 1v1 push your luck, I don't know, almost trick-taking game. And Toil and Troubles is, I can't even describe that game. Rainbow is by Outset. Shadow Ninjas is by Outset. Toil and Trouble is by Grandpa Beck, actually. Grandpa Beck, if you don't know, from Cover Your Assets and Cover Your Cookies. And 3, 2, 1 Countdown. They have some interesting bangers, and the guy was dope. I didn't meet Grandpa Beck, but I met his son, I believe. And just a great guy overall I can speak to. Outset team was also super, super dope. So honestly, everyone in the board game space is so fun to talk to, both on the consumer side and on the publisher side and on the designer side. Very rarely do I find anyone I interact with that I just don't want to hang out with. Next up, a 2-way tie, both Arcane Wonders games. We have Video Game Champion and Craftwagon Age of Engineering. Video Game Champion was a fun game. The art just threw me off a bit. I can't do my before you buy video on them. Craftwagon is the game I'm dying to play. The art is absolutely beautiful. Video Game Champion, I was more so interested to play until I played it. Now I got to play the other one, which is Craftwagon. I think I'm going to like Arcane Wonder. I think I'm going to like Video Game Champion more overall, but that's just because I'm skeptical. I'm really hoping I'm in love with Craftwagon as much as I think I am, because the box is just absolutely beautiful, Next up, we have a 5-way tie. We have Sides, Loot, Cadaver, Furnace, and Buffet Boss. Furnace, Buffet Boss are from Arcane Wonders. Loot is by Outset. Cadaver is by Outset. And Sides, I don't remember who Sides is from. Sides is by a company called Captain Game. I got them through the Double Exposure people, super dope Double Exposure people. Sides was a game that I've heard a lot about. It's one of those games where if someone knows how to play it, it's probably a quick play. Let's drop on it real quick. And it's a game where a lot of people know how to play it. So it racked up the plays more than, I guess, it was almost half the game. Buffet Boss is a dexterity game. Furnace is the definition of a bidding engine builder game. It's a definition of an engine building game. This is an engine building through and through. I don't know about Loot and Cadaver, but I heard good things about Loot. I haven't heard anything about Cadaver, really. other than like people had fun with it. Another three-way tie. We have Biomos, Foundations of Metropolis, and Kabanga. Don't know anything about Kabanga. Foundations of Metropolis is an affordable version of Foundations of Rome, if you don't know anything about that. It's a cardboard version, and I think it has a couple things, like very, very slight things different. But overall, I think it's like a 1-to-1 shot of Foundations of Rome. And Biomos is what I was talking about. Biomos is a recipe fulfillment drafting game. Very fun, building a world, and like almost like it's not 3D, it's on the tip, it's on the board. But you can slide anything and put your resources in there to build your planet, and like your planet can get certain amounts of points. So it does require like almost not spatial reasoning, but does require planning. And I love games that require like feature forward thinking. Another three-way tie. We got Battle for Greatport, Intentions, and Cover Your Assets. Battle for Greatport is, I believe, the cooperative version of Red Dragon Inn. And it comes with like Kronos, which is an exclusive character from Red Dragon Inn. Intentions is a game bought from the publisher of License to Krill, who's become kind of a friend of mine. He's a great guy, makes some good games. License to Krill was made in a plushie, a whale plushie. Everyone knows him for that. Intentions, in my opinion, is like a great game. I really do like Intentions as like a blind Sushi Go scoring type gameplay with like take that to it. So it's overall was a good time. I wish it got played more, but I think that, I don't know, people just had an agenda, and this one was such a late add-on that I wish it got played more, but still got played in the top percentile of all these games. Next up, we have Overboss. Overboss had over 10 people playing the game. I couldn't track too much because some of the reports were a little bit off, but we had over 10 people playing Overboss confirmed. Overboss is a tile placement game in the world of Boss Monster by Brotherwise Games. Next we have Arcane Wonders, World Wonders. Arcane Wonders made World Wonders, and I think I played it and I don't remember too much about it. It was a weird day for me. That's all I remember. That day was a weird day, but it was a fun game. It's like polyamino tile placement, and you want to make certain wonders. I can't say too much to it. I don't remember almost anything about it, but I do want to play it again because I remember having some fun with it. At 12 players, we have Rolling Realms Redux. Rolling Realms Redux, if you don't know, is Stonemaier Games' Rolling Realms, which is their version of a one-card expandable game. You take 3 cards. Everyone has the exact same 3 cards. It's a roll and write. What you do is you try to make the numbers get the most amount of points out of those 3 cards. You use one number on one card, another number on another card. And I think it's a very ingenious solution. I think Jamie made that during the pandemic, I believe. And all of the games at first were Stonemaier games. They're all like based on other games he's done. It was Scythe. It was My Little Scythe. It was Red Rising and so forth. But the Rolling Realms Redux are all games he didn't do. And now all the expansions going forward, I believe, are expansions of his games. But I think that'd be just such a smart system to just keep publishing like one a month of games that like he didn't produce. I think that'd be just a really smart move, in my opinion. But he's not doing it for whatever reason, and I trust his gut, obviously. At 12 plays, we have Wonderful World Board Games' Lone Wolves, a 1v1 trick-taking area control game. It's interesting for sure because if you lose in certain locations, you get rewards. You want to balance winning and losing for sure. You don't want to just go ham and win everything. You want to keep track of what your opponents could have in their hand. A lot of 1v1 games of trick-taking, and I did not think that was possible growing up with 52 card games. I'm like, who could have a 1v1 trick-taking game? It doesn't even work. But then there's so many of these, and it's just very interesting. But it was a good game. You know, I liked it when I played at Gamma, and the people are great people. I met Philip and his team. On the death, I hope to see more from Wonderful World Board Games. It's a game you should definitely check out. Next 2 games are Rock Hard 1997 and Super Kawaii Pets at 13 plays each. I have not played Rock Hard 1977. It's by DeVere. It's apparently a really renowned game designed by an actual rock and roller, which I think is pretty dope. Super Kawaii Pets is more up my alley with the animal theme, and like you're like rescuing animals and you're making them healthy again. It's chibi kawaii art, which is the main thing with Super Kawaii Pets is it was really played because it was sold out and no one could really find a copy, and they sent us 2 copies, so people were playing the crap out of this game. And yeah, next up we have Between Two Castles Essentials Edition. So this was a game that I bought to have in the library because I thought it was a really great game to play with up to like 8 people. That wasn't like a party game, but Stonemaier sent me another copy. Thanks Stonemaier for sending me Between Two Castles, the Essentials Edition, which comes with both expansions, I believe, inside the one box. This one had 14 plays. It makes sense because this game was only played like I think twice, but each game was like 7 players, which makes 14 plays. It's a lot to punch out, but honestly, it is a worthwhile game if you're looking for a game that plays more than like 6 people or more than 5 people that isn't like a party game, because it's a really, really fun game where it's a fully competitive co-op, which is very interesting because you're fully cooperating with players on your left and players on your right. And at the end of the game, you total up your 2 castles, and whoever has the highest lowest score wins. Because like you have 2 scores, and whichever one is your lowest, you take that one, and whoever has the highest lowest score will win. And I think it's very interesting to have a fully competitive and fully cooperative game. Next up, we have Red Dragon Inn 9 with 16 plays. This game it was played a lot by my team as well. It's been played a lot since. It's funny because I got flamed on the comments though, because like this isn't a drinking game. There's other things to it. Everyone I know calls this a fantasy drinking game, which is just hilarious. Because even when I told people, hey, remember that one game we played that we called Red Dragon Inn? And my friends were saying, oh, the fantasy drinking game? I'm like, yeah, exactly. Someone was saying it's more than the fantasy drinking game. It is what it is, and it's very fun for what it is. It's like Munchkin-like in the sense where it has its fun, it has its community, it has its appeal. It keeps on pumping out different versions for good reasons because people really like these games. I think it's interesting because I've heard a lot about it, and I finally got to play it. Nothing like how I thought it would play, but still fun. My wife likes it, and a lot of other people in my community now are fans of Red Dragon Inn because of their donation at 16 plays. So yeah. One of the most surprising games of the whole convention for me is this one right here, Diadems at Number, or Diadems with 20 plays. Now, Diadems, you don't know, is a 4-player tile placement, tile draft, double tile placement, because you place tiles in the middle shared board to then draft your tiles to then place on your personal board. It's a game where you're trying to organize molecules and atoms to be shapes in portraits, and apparently it's like a real thing, which is very interesting. Little Liminal did a great job. I don't know what relationship Little Liminal has with 25th Century, but Little Liminal was my contact for Game the Game because they published it. 25th Century is how I got my retail copies for the game, but they sent us some copies and we sold out. It's a great game, very beautiful, great box. I love the acrylic pieces for this game. 100. It's a game that I don't want to leave my collection anytime soon. It rivals one of my favorite tile placement games of all time, Carcassonne. And if you like tile placement games and you like beautiful art, this is a game you want to hop on the second you find it. Next up, we have 2 games tied. We have Roar and Write and Vegetable Stock. So Vegetable Stock, if you don't know, like an old game reprinted by Arcane Wonders, it is a very simple, like maybe 10-minute game that plays like 5 or 6 players. Basically, it's a drafting game where you draft stocks, and then whichever card is left in the round will fluctuate the value of the stocks by going up. If it goes up too high, it busts. At the end of the game, you calculate how many shares you have, the value of the stocks, and then that's how you have what you have. It's kind of like Courtesans, Soda Jerk, if you know those 2 games. Just a very simple version of it that plays in like under 10 minutes. So keep that in mind. It's a game that everyone was talking about, and I had a good time when I played it. You can play a few times back to back. It can get old if you play it too much back to back, but the fact that you can play it that much and still have like a good time just shows that's a good game. And Roar and Write is what I was talking about earlier. It is Weird Draft Games is very simple roll and write game. It seems almost complicated until you look through the rules, because the setup is everyone has a board. You have recipes in the middle of the board. You want to fulfill different kinds. You want to have a variety of recipes fulfilled. You want to have to push your luck element, because you want to select dice out of the round to put to your personal board, and then fulfill proper objectives, hoping other numbers get rolled properly. So it's kind of like, which way do you want to go about it? Now we have Lure with over 30 plays. Lure is all plays, push your luck, dice rolling fishing game. All play only send 2 games. They're both in the top 3, which is insane. It's a fun time. It's very simple. It takes less than 30 minutes. It plays up to 5 people with the expansion. The expansion adds enough to where it's worth getting. If it's like, you can buy it in a bundle all the time, which makes it like a no-brainer just to go for it. And I think Allplay does a good job with their expansions, because like sometimes it adds too much, sometimes it doesn't add enough. But usually it's like, oh, it might as well throw it in there for like the $5, $6, $8, whatever it might be. The only thing I don't think that was worth it are the minis for money, personally. But anyways, Lure got played over 30 times. Next up, we have Stone Myers' Finspan. They did not send me a copy of Finspan because this was about 2 months after Finspan came out. Finspan had over 35 plays, should I say. People were so hyped for it. I was glad I got a couple copies for the convoy. I bought them myself because I knew that everyone was going to be hyped for it, and this was a great way to get people to play a new upcoming game, which is what Caravan Convoy is all about. It's Florida's board game Expo. So we got to check out all the new upcoming games, and this is a game that I'm glad I got the upgrades for. I'm glad I got out. And I'm excited to see what's next for Stonemaier in general, not in the Wingspan, not in the Span series, but necessarily, because I think they're done for a bit. But I want to see the just other games that they might come out with pretty soon. And last but not least, the most played game of Caravan Convoy. I don't know this was crazy, but apparently over 50 plays or over 50 players of River Valley Glassworks. This game means it was probably played about 10 times at max player count, which sounds about right. It's a game that does not take longer than 45 minutes with the full player count. Very simple to play. The hardest thing is scoring in that game, but once you play with someone who knows how to play, they can score for everyone, and then you understand it. And it's a game that you just run it back where it's like, oh, you don't understand how scoring works? Let's play it one more time because it's just so quick, so easy. Might as well. We had 2 copies of it going at once. So honestly, this game being played by 50 people makes sense. But that is the last one. So in order from least to greatest, we had Empire's End, Picture Perfect, Mezen, Dice Manor, Dreams of Yesterday, Sacred Valley, Dubious, Clans of Glory, Inheritors, Floresta, Shadow Ninjas, Rainbow, Toil and Troubles, Video Game Champion, Craft Wagon, Age of Engineering, Sides, Loot, Cadaver, Furnace, Buffet Boss, Biomos, Foundation of Metropolis, Kabanga, Battle of Greatport, Intentions, Cover Your Assets, Overboss, World Wonders, Rolling Realms Redux, Lone Wolves, Rock Hard 1977, Super Quiet Pets, Between Two Castles, Essential Edition, Red Dragon N9, Diatoms, Roaring Right, Vegetable Stock, Lure, Finspan, and River Valley Glassworks. That's everything that's played from the Play to Win games at Caravan Convoy 2025. Now we're doing 2 Caravan Convoys, so if you're in Florida and you want to join us for any of our conventions, go for it. We have monthly meetups as well if you're in Florida that are free. We also have ticketed events for special things, such as the one that's in Kickstarter right now for board game designers. It's called Proto Orlando. It's a proto spiel in Orlando, Florida. Definitely check that out in the Kickstarter right now in the comments of this video or the description of this video. I'm gonna go get ready for more videos, but thanks for watching. Thanks for coming Caravan Convoy, and thanks for being great. Peace, have a great day. God bless, and I hope to see you at the table soon.